Every donation makes a dream come true, and more often than you'd think, every donation makes it possible for a life to be lived to the fullest. You'll see what I mean when you meet a young lady from Prince George, a town we were just in.
That's
wonderful
right.
town, very friendly people. She has sparkling eyes. She has dreams as big as that northern sky up there. Let's say hello to Audrey.
In Prince George, Audrey loves frilly things and sparkles. She really wants to be a ballerina and wear purple and pink, because that's what little 5-year-old girls dream of. But 2 years ago, it all suddenly seemed impossible.
The first indication that something was wrong with Audrey is that all of a sudden one of her pupils was larger than the other. So we had that checked out. And about a week later, she had a little nickel-sized bump that showed up on her neck.
Their family doctor quickly ordered blood work and an ultrasound. They knew something was wrong.
My husband would go to work, come back, and he would say, "It's bigger."
5 weeks after the bump on her neck first appeared, they were waiting for biopsy results. But the little bump was now the size of a tennis ball.
We found out after they'd done all of those scans that her tumor had actually dislocated her jaw. So she was in a lot of pain.
Within days, they knew Audrey had cancer. They were flown to Vancouver, and within hours, she had endured a PET scan, an MRI, and a CT scan. She had emergency surgery to put in a central line for the chemotherapy.
We were told that there would be chemotherapy, that it would be a 42-week process. And then it was about a week later that we were told that Audrey would need radiation that couldn't happen in Canada.
It was a chaotic, tumultuous few weeks.
I remember sitting in her little tiny hospital room, blinds drawn, her sleeping, lights off. And I think that's the first time that we looked at her and went, wow, this could end poorly. So I think it's just always that, that fear that anything could happen, that we could lose our little girl.
Worried, frightened, yet trying hard to be hopeful, Audrey and her mom moved to Seattle to begin the 42 weeks of chemotherapy. The road seemed so long, so difficult, so lonely.
I think when your child becomes sick, you think, well, we live in Canada, so we don't have anything to worry about. And you very quickly realize that there are costs that aren't covered.
Emotionally exhausted, stressed to the breaking point because their daughter was battling cancer, and now unthinkable financial pressure. For families like this, variety exists.
Audrey had a feeding tube put in right away because she had lost so much weight, and we were told that that bill would be between $600 and $1,000 each month. So Variety helped pay for some of that. When we lived in Seattle, we also lived at Ronald McDonald House. Although Ronald McDonald houses have a very low cost to families, there is a cost, and that's over and above our mortgage and our bills that we have already. So Variety also helped pay for our stay in Seattle.
When children become seriously ill, it strains the family mentally, emotionally, financially, and overcoming each of them is an important little victory.
It was crucial that Variety helped. Without that, I don't think that we would be sitting in our home today.
Birthdays, Christmas, Easter, summer. Audrey celebrated them from her hospital bed in Seattle. The chemo is now behind her, and the family is together again. But a shadow still hangs over Audrey and her parents.
The difficult thing about a child with cancer is once treatment's finished, you're so far from the end. You never know when things could change. You don't know when a cancer can come back. You don't know when treatment might cause a secondary cancer side effect.
It seems unthinkable this little girl who loves nothing better than to giggle and play and twirl and dance could ever again be anything but healthy.
Even now, after treatment, we know that that could change in an instant. And I think that's probably the scariest thing, is not being able to forget all of this. We can't go back to the way that we were before.
They can't change the past, but they can look ahead with dreams for their little daughter, Audrey. She has a life to live to the fullest. And that is a little victory for this little sweetheart.
Thank you, Bridie.
What an amazing story. She is a very special little girl. And when we see children like Audrey battling cancer, it reminds us all of how precious life is. Audrey is obviously a fighter and a winner. And her very favorite things to do, of all of her favorite things to do, dance is at the top. And you know, one of the things that we love to do here at the Variety Show of Hearts Telethon is to make little victories and dreams come true. And Audrey has a dream to dance for the world to see.
Audrey, how did that feel? How did that feel? Was that fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know, we talked to your dance teacher, and she said one of the things that you really, really wanted was to win a dance trophy. So Variety made you this trophy, and it has your name on it. It says, Audrey Salters, the Music Box Dancer from the Show of Hearts Telethon. That's for you. What do you think?
It's good.
You did such an amazing job. Really, really well done. And ladies, well done for you too. Are you feeling great?
Yes.
Oh, well done. All right, we're gonna head over to Chris now. Come with me, Audrey. Come on over.
Come on over to the big white couch, Audrey, because there's another little surprise for you hiding behind me. Come on and sit over here, maybe a little closer to your mama. You were amazing, and we got this little thing for you too with ballet slippers. What do you think of that? You did such a nice performance out there. It must have been so exciting to see yourself. Did you see yourself up on the big screen?
Yes.
Was it a little distracting?
Yes.
Happens to me all the time, for sure. Also on the couches with us here, your mom is here, Pamela, and your little brother, Easton. It's so nice to have them here with us too. Pamela, what did you think when you were watching that?
How far we've come. I mean, last year at spring break, she was in the hospital, and there was a couple weeks where literally I couldn't go to the bathroom without taking her with me. We were attached. She was really, really sick, and now to see her dancing and happy and healthy, it's amazing.
Yeah, she really does. I mean, obviously, when we saw the feature piece on her, there were some tense moments for you, and I know that she did not look healthy, but now she really does, and she's obviously very active and dancing very well. Give us an idea of how her health is today and what the long-term prognosis is for her.
Audrey's health right now is great. She's been out of treatment for about 9 months, and she's working hard at school and getting her energy back. That's really a tough thing. And down the road, we take one day at a time. You know, there's already some challenges that she has because of her treatment, and we don't know what the future holds, but we just enjoy every moment.
Well, if there is a need in the future, would you hesitate to give Variety a call?
Oh, no. They would probably be one of the first calls that we would make.
That's terrific. And how do you feel? If you had a message, I know that there are a lot of other children out there who go through what you went through. Do you have a message for them or anything that you'd like to say to them to encourage them?
What would you tell someone else who had cancer and who was really feeling really yucky and sick? Maybe be strong because it'll get better?
That's a really good message. And you are an inspiration to all of us. It was really fun to watch you dance. This is hands down one of the most amazing moments I think that we've had on Variety, to see you do so well. We need to thank some very generous people for helping us put this together. First of all, Tina Sidorov and Tonya Weeger, who choreographed that dance. Absolutely beautiful. So hopefully we get a shot of them in the wings somewhere. And of course, our beautiful dancers, Abby Moe, Charlotte Campbell, Elena Orr, Ashley Taylor, Aaron Long, and Jennifer Enns. Thank you very much to the dancers who helped put this together. And Audrey, we wish you the very best of luck going forward.
Okay.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Okay, don't forget, you can give to variety.bc.ca or 310 Kids.
We got less than a half an hour. I know you saw this young lady dancing about a half hour ago. Audrey, how old are you, dear?
5.
And this is her mother, Pamela.
Oh, this is Mom. This is Mom. Hi.
And you're the dance instructor.
Yes.
So, Audrey, tell me, you had a tube up your nose a little while ago. How did that make you feel?
How did it make stuff taste?
Gross.
Gross. Do you know what condition you had when they had to put the tube up your nose?
Cancer.
You had cancer. Now, can you imagine a 5-year-old girl with cancer? Where do they go? Who do they go to? And Pamela, what did you do?
When your kid gets sick, you sit there and you think, oh, well, we have this handled. We live in Canada. This is all going to be easy. And you really quickly realize that it's going to cost a lot. It's being away from your family for almost a year that we lived apart. And with the extra expenses, you want to have your own home to go to. You don't want to have to sell your home to have to get the treatment for your child, to pay for medications, to pay for accommodation, to be away from home. And Variety really helped us truly to keep our family intact, to make sure that we had a home to come home to. And until you're in this situation, you can never imagine what that means to have that help. And before Audrey got sick, I donated to Variety. I donated. I looked and I thought, wow, we're so lucky. Our kids are healthy. And those poor families who can't do it on their own. And when Audrey had her biopsy, she was offered a buddy bear in the hospital. And I thought, wow, there it is. There's what people donate for. And I never thought that it could happen to our family, and it did. So
This is what it's all about, folks. Nothing else. It's about you phoning 310 Kids. It's about you making a decision to help young 5-year-olds with